Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, and we are right in the middle of a race. Well, not in the middle of a race, we're just starting the second Grand Prix in the My Team mode of this game. I actually started this on a live stream. I'm probably not going to continue this My Team. I may start up a new one because unfortunately my F2 season that I started is crashing the game. Every time I try to go into it, it crashes the game, so I don't know what's going on with that, and I don't know if they're going to fix it. We have F1 2021 coming out in July, so who knows how many more patches they're going to do for F1 2020. But with that being said, guys, I did qualify P1 again in Bahrain, and it seems like that's the thing with Bahrain on this game. I don't understand it. I don't feel like the AI in qualifying matches the AI for the races, and I certainly hope that that is something they address in the upcoming game, because it's kind of stupid the fact that you can, you know, get pole position in quali, and then when you get into the race, it's a little bit tougher. And also, I'm a new team, so this car isn't upgraded at all. There's no upgrades on this car. I shouldn't be this fast. You know, it should reflect that. So that's something that I hope they address. But we are in first, and I will say that I started this race several times because the load cell pedal on my CSL Elite was just like really difficult. I had to push that thing so hard to get around these corners, and I couldn't figure out why. So if anybody is curious, because I can't hook the pedals up to a computer right now because I have them mounted to my wheel stand, and taking them on and off the wheel stand is just not an option, and you really can't access the USB on the control box without taking the pedals right off. So I can't adjust things through them through a PC. But what I did do was in the settings, in the actual wheel settings on the screen, when you press the menu button on the wheel, I believe it's like BLP, I think it is. But anyway, that's your load cell brake pressure. Man, guys, I turned that down to like 20 or 30%, and the only reason is that I'm on a wheel stand. As it is, even at 20%, my wheel stand is moving. So that's a definite issue that I feel like the only way I'm going to fix that is either put in the lighter elastomer springs, or just have to upgrade it to a cockpit, which I plan on doing eventually anyway. So we were doing good, and Jeff wanted us to take our pit stop a lap later. I decided against it. I decided to just stick with the plan and take our pit stop at lap 6, because a couple times with the F2 we did that, and it didn't work out too well for us making our pit stop later. So guys, what I really want to talk about though is F1 2021, and I didn't buy F1 2019 because personally I just didn't feel there was anything new enough with the game to warrant buying it over 2018. But then I bought 2020, obviously, because of my team. And I'm really planning on getting 2021 as well for the My Story mode. And what's really interesting me in the My Story mode is the fact that they say that you get to follow the life of an F1 driver on and off the road. So curiosity is really getting to me, thinking, you know, what is the off the road? You know, what are we going to be able to do? Like, are we going to be going to events, or doing more kind of like Q&A like we do now with Claire, which, my God, I hope they improve that, because she just is so annoying. She just asks questions that are either irrelevant or just make no sense. So I really hope that they work that out too. But yeah, guys, I'm actually really excited about it. And also, you could do a My Career with a friend. You could do a My Career cooperatively, or kind of like against each other, have like a rival. Now, I think having a cooperative online career mode experience would be fantastic. That, you know, you could get a buddy and you guys can be teammates in your team and kind of, you know, try to battle it out to see who comes out on top, man. I think that would be fantastic. Now, the only issue with that is is it just going to be like a 2-player type of thing? Or is it going to be a season where you're, like, essentially in an open lobby against other season players? Because if that's the case, then, man, I think I'll pass on it. Because, you know, there's going to be just people of all different skill levels in there, and I just don't think that'll be too much fun. But if they can do it in a way where you and your friend can play against the AI in a season, and go maybe the full 10 seasons, I think that would be an amazing thing to have in the game. So again, we decided to box at the end of lap 6, and we are still in P1. Now, guys, I just have to say, again, I should not be in P1. Even now, like, I shouldn't be in P1. Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton, they were battling each other behind me, so maybe that's why I got so far ahead, because those two maybe got caught up in each other's, you know, I don't know what's going on, but in all actuality, you wouldn't expect a brand new F1 team that this is their second Grand Prix to, you know, make pole position and hold on to P1, especially when you have Mercedes and Red Bull and, you know, Leclerc and the Ferrari, and you have, you know, Lando Norris in the McLaren. So yeah, it just shouldn't have been happening. So Jeff is telling me that the grip is going to be wearing off here, which we're coming at the end of this lap anyway, Jeff. So, my God, just chill out, will you? So now we get passed by quite a few people. Of course, our pit box is like at the end of pit lane. A 2.3 second actual pit time, though, is not bad. Alright, so we get back out. We're in P14 now. And that is always rough coming out of there. But, yeah, so we're in P14. Not too bad. Maybe not the most ideal. Where I'd like to come out at is, you know, considering that I was in P1, but it's okay. Everybody else has to do their pit stop too, so we should be pretty good. So we have Kvyat and Ocon ahead of us here. And we're catching Kvyat. Now, I must say, guys, I haven't played this in a long time. I probably haven't been on my wheel in over a week. You know, I don't know, man. It's like, I really want to make content, but the days just aren't allowing me to. It's like when I'm motivated to make content, it's just not possible. And then when I actually have the time to make content, I'm just so tired that I just don't have the will to do it. So maybe some of you have noticed that my channel has been kind of lacking for content. It hasn't been, you know, content every day like it used to be, and I apologize for that, but that's pretty much what's going on. It's like, okay, so we're on the mediums and they're on the soft. Hamilton is behind me right now, and he is, well, yeah, he's starting to catch up like a madman. Which makes sense. I mean, if anybody watched the last F1 Grand Prix in Imola, that's pretty much what Hamilton did there. But yeah, so like I was saying, I really want to make content. But man, it's like when I have the time to make it, like literally I don't have time until around like 10 o'clock at night. And being up at like 5:30 in the morning, I just don't have it in me to want to make content or even play games. So like, I mean, I can't even, I wish I could just blame it on time and, you know, things that are going on in real life. But the fact of the matter is, man, I don't really have the motivation to even play that much at the moment. Alright, so we bumped Hamilton a little bit there. He went flying ahead anyway. And I'm not seeing any collision warnings, so it must not have been anything too drastic. But now, as you can see, we're in P6. So that's something that I can actually live with, guys. P6 is not a bad place to be considering we're a brand new team. And that is due to the pit stops. That's pretty much what that was. As you can see, I haven't overtaken anybody, but Verstappen just gets past me. And we come up on the inside of him and take him around that corner. That's a pretty easy corner to overtake on right there. And now we're back at P6, and Max Verstappen can eat my dust. Good job to him, by the way, from the last Grand Prix. What a great job he did. But yeah, the brakes, man. I had to press the brakes so hard to get around these corners before I adjusted that. I love that wheel, man. The fact that you could adjust things like that right on the wheel, you know, like literally you could just pause the game and change it. But what I did was I saved that to the preset, because normally I have it set to around 40-50% brake force, which is fine for a set of Corsa Competizione. But for this game, it was just way too stiff for the wheel stand. Alright guys, so we pretty much keep our P6 for quite a while, all the way up until we make our second pit stop. Alright, so we were in P5 due to someone else being in the pit stop the prior lap. We should have actually took our pit stop that lap, but I decided to go one extra. I don't know why, it's just what I did, but so we're taking our pit stop. Callum is behind me, which is strange because if I box while he's in there, they tell me I have to wait till the end of the lap because he's in there, but yet he came in with me, so a little strange. So right now we're in P16, and there's really nobody around me. So we're on lap 14, and all I can really do is hope that a lot of other guys need to take a second pit stop as well. Which, that is what we're hoping for anyway. So we were right. More guys had to take their pit stop, and we're now up into P10. And it looks like there's someone in the pit stop. There's someone in the pits right now. It's Vettel. So now we're at P9. So guys, we're back in the points. You know, I mean, yeah, we were in P1, then we were in P6. Now we're in P9, so I mean, technically we're not doing too bad, and I feel that the pit stop strategy is kind of helping us out. And I still don't feel like everybody has taken their second pit stop yet, so there still may be a couple places to gain here. Now, Ricardo, he is like what? About 8 seconds ahead of me, so it's going to be hard to catch up to him, no doubt. Yes, Jeff, I will use the overtake, no problem, man. That's not going to help me in this situation, but yeah, we can do that. I really hate the way this car looks. That like gold and black livery. I liked it when I first did it, but now just looking at it, it's just like, I don't know. Not digging it. Alright guys, so now we're P7. Yeah, that's because Leclerc is behind me, and he, not gonna lie guys, he was a madman in this race. He he really wanted my position, and he was really putting on a good race for it. Let me tell you. But so now we're only one position away from where we were when we pitted the second time, because we were in P6. Now we're back to P7, so that worked out quite well, if I do say so myself. But when I was racing, I was thinking to myself, gee, I was setting fastest laps, you know, in the beginning. What happened? But then it hit me. The first 6 laps, we were on soft. Then we went to mediums, and now I believe we're on hards. So, if I was doing worse, if I was, like, last, then I would have probably went in the pit and changed out the tires for another set of softs. But considering that, and now we're P6. We're right back to where we were before we took our last pit stop. So that's fantastic. That's, I couldn't ask for anything better than that. And like I say, P1 would have been a stretch considering how the car is. So I'm completely happy with P6. And you can just see that red Ferrari coming up in my rear view. Every time I see them get closer, I got a little nervous because I was thinking he's going to get me. he's definitely going to get me. But you can't think of that, When you're in a race, you just glance behind you. You just glance at the mirror. But worry more about what's ahead of you, not behind. That's my words of wisdom for this anyway. So yeah, P6, man. I'm pretty happy with P6. Okay, so here we are, lap 28, and we are closing the gap on Lance Stroll. He's ahead of us, and as you can see, he's 1.9 seconds, still 2 points. So, but now, like, we're gaining on him. We're actually gaining on him, and I think see, I could have probably overtaken him, but then Jeff said that and made me nervous because I was thinking I was going to run out of fuel. So then I started lifting off the gas to try to conserve fuel, and I let him get ahead of me more. He just kept increasing his lead, and that was my mistake. And I blame Jeff. I'm sorry, but I blame Jeff. Like, we're on lap 29 now, and he tells me I'm almost out of fuel. Like, Jeff, just let me go, dude. Just let me do what I got to do. Like, maybe I could have taken P5. I probably couldn't have, but maybe I could have if he would have just let it go. But he had to get in my head. And Leclerc, man, he was pushing really hard, but he just never got that perfect opportunity to overtake me. Of course, Lewis Hamilton wins the race. And again, we're catching up to Lance. So I definitely think if I would have kept pushing, I probably could have came in P5, but oh well. It is what it is, guys, and there's nothing wrong with P6. Nothing wrong at all. I will take it. Guys, so that was a pretty exciting race. So, you know what? I got pole position in qualifying, which, again, I feel like that is a mistake on the game's part. But quite honestly, the fact that we're a brand new team and we did manage to come in 6th, that's pretty good, guys. Like, that's not something that's, nothing to sneeze at. Let's put it that way, shall we? But yeah, I really hope with the 2021 game they've done something to balance the AI, because it just seems like the actual race AI, it just doesn't match the qualifying AI. Like, I don't feel like I should have made pole position in quali, especially considering that I'm not just talking about my skills as a racer, guys. I'm also talking that the fact that, you know, I have a brand new car. This car isn't upgraded. It's definitely not at the level of, say, the Mercedes or the Red Bull. So there's really no good reason why I should have made P1. You know, especially not against those cars. So yeah, I hope that's something that they kind of work out, where they can match the AI to the qualifying to the actual race AI. But let's take a look at the standings here. Is it the standings I want to look at? Yeah, okay, so we actually are in 9th in the standings now. So that is not bad. Now it says we moved up positions, but what position were we in before? I don't even know. So Callum Ilott, our teammate, he dropped down to 15th in the standings. Constructor standings. And we're 7th in the constructor standings, so not too bad. Not too bad at all. And just for the hell of it, where did he come in this race? He came in P15, so actually not too bad. I mean, I thought he would have done a lot worse, but no, he didn't do too bad at all. Alright guys, so that's where we're going to end this video. Again, I'm probably going to end up starting a new My Team just for content. This was one that I started on a live stream. I don't think I'm going to continue with it. I'm not crazy about the car livery or anything like that. And, you know, the only people that seen it were the people in the live stream. And I haven't been doing too much with it. So I may just start up a new My Team. I don't know. I really don't know where I'm at right at this moment with my channel and with content. Hopefully I will get back to where I have to be, but yeah, for right now I just don't know, guys. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave me a little like, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and we'll see you next time, guys.